My coworker stalked and took a video of me outside of work to prove that I didn't have chronic pain and wasn't disabled, and now she's threatening to go to my boss with her proof and get me fired. Posted by u/OK_boysenberry_7535. This is weird, so I need to know if I'm crazy for going as far as I did. I have a condition of chronic pain. The way I explain it to people without chronic pain is that if pain were on levels from 1 to 10, normal people are at most at a 2 or 3 from day to day, where people with CP are at more like a 6. Like, imagine stepping on a Lego or hitting your funny bone, that's a very brief but excruciating 8. It's like if you pulled a muscle, and so there's pain and discomfort if you move it, but pretty much daily. Some days I am higher on the scale, rare blessed days I'm more a 4 or by some miracle lower. Overall I am active and operate well. I do own canes, but I only use them on days when I'm 7 or above. Such a day came this past Sunday. On top of my full-time job, I have a part-time. Due to being physically and legally disabled, I had all the paperwork already filed with my job in case I ever need accommodations. I have a handicap marker on my license plate and the placard on my rear view mirror and the works. I was recently moved to a location closer to my home. I love my new team. My boss Amy is really great. My colleague Casey and I get along okay, but we're the same position as assistant coordinators to Amy. The reason I was moved to that location was that it expanded and they needed more hands, so they added me. Casey has wanted a promotion for a long time and everyone knows it. I was pretty open that I don't. Lol, any promotion from my position would be a full-time, and I already have a full-time job. I do this job to pad my savings and because I frankly like the job. Being busy also helps with my anxiety. I mean, Casey works hard, but she also likes to talk over me or rush to take charge of something before I can when I clearly was getting to it. She then announces it. "Oh, I handled that for you, up. Don't worry." And at first I was annoyed, but over time I was like, all right then, but you didn't have to. I talked to Amy about this. I want to pull my weight, but it can be challenging and redundant when Casey is racing to beat me to it. The point was for us to split tasks evenly. Amy said she would talk to her, and I don't know what came of that, but things didn't really change much, so I just accepted it. So when I came in Monday with my cane, everyone had questions. I emailed Amy Sunday night so she knew, but I tend to be private, so what I told everyone else was that I have a condition and sometimes I need a cane, but not always. Amy accommodated me. She assigned me tasks that required little to no movement. I was very grateful and got everything done pretty early, so I called over the radio if there was anything else I could do. Casey said no, she's got it, so I just handled admin stuff that's usually on the back burner. Literally replied with "Okay, I'll tackle the admin list then," and Casey said no, she's got it, but Amy followed that with a thank you to me and confirmation that this would be helpful. I still needed my cane yesterday, Tuesday, and it was similar. I completed most of the admin to-dos and Amy was so relieved to have it done. She thanked me for coming in and doing all that instead of calling out. Casey made a comment that she could have helped, but I said that's okay and thanked her for handling the more physical tasks. We ended up walking to the parking lot together and she asked which car was mine, so I pointed at it. Then she said, "So I know you're not disabled, by the way." And I asked what she meant. She just repeated herself and said, "So no cane tomorrow, okay?" I won't tell. Just no cane tomorrow. Eyes emoji. I stood there like, what the fudge? But I was meeting my best friend and just left to make it on time. I met my BFF Joy at the bar and we had a wonderful time. I brought my cane, but TBH I didn't always use it. For example, I didn't use it to walk from my table to the bar to request another drink or when I got up to hug Joy goodbye. Today, when I woke up, my pain was higher than my normal, so I took my cane along. I texted Amy that I have my cane but doing okay in small bursts, so put me in coach lol. I was having a good time at my main job and didn't give Casey a thought. I arrived at my part-time job and Casey saw my cane and went red. I mean, like the way I looked when the Eagles lost to the 49ers, lol, just super mad. I greeted everyone and she ignored me completely. We got our assignments and she snidely said to me, "Well, can you handle that with your cane and all?" In a tone that even made Amy turn to look at her like WTF. I said I can manage and thanked her for her concern, and we went about our work. Once again she raced to beat me to things and saying over the radio, "Don't strain yourself, up." I did X task or got Y done. I was so confused until about an hour ago when we finished work. She again walked with me to the parking lot, but this time showed me a video. It was me. It was me at the bar last night with Joy. I was just like, why do you have a video of me? That's weird." She says it's proof. I asked of what? And she said it's proof I'm not disabled as I acted so wounded all day at work but suddenly don't need my cane at a bar. What? I wanted to explain that that's just not how CP works. Like, yes, I can stand up to hug my friend or get up and walk 3 strides to order a new drink, but I can't, for example, lean over and organize a bottom drawer without a chair to sit in. I wanted to explain the CP is just an umbrella and under it are a myriad of experiences and abilities, and that honestly, if she had left my tasks alone, I'd have done them. She didn't give me the chance and said no cane tomorrow. I'm serious. Or I'm going to Chad. Chad is Amy's boss. I said about what? But she was already walking away from me and just got in her car. It's just weird. And oddly, Chad would know this is BS because his boyfriend has CP too. I'm not so much worried about being found out or anything, but it's just weird, and I'm literally typing an email to Amy ceasing Chad about this weird behavior because it's just odd. Am I crazy to want to preemptively explain this? I am anxious and paranoid in general, so I don't want to overreact or make things worse. Edit. I sent the email, and also thanks for letting me know I'm not crazy for feeling weirded out. Also, I will be simply blocking anyone who is saying this is fake. I don't have time for your BS, to be frank. I also texted Amy and Chad. Edit 2, Jesus Chrysler driving Christ, that's a lot of notifications. I'll edit to try to reply all here because there isn't enough coffee in the world. It's morning and I'm still about at a 7 and it's cold today, so even if I didn't want to bring my cane, I would have to. I texted ahead so Amy can start thinking about tasks today. For some common themes I've noticed, my pain scale Lego idea wasn't on scale. Stepping on a Lego was the funniest thing I could think of that hurt, so I wanted to paint a picture. I wasn't making a clinical pain chart. Lol, feel free to use your own theater of the mind scenarios to help people without chronic pain have an idea of what it's like. Also, I don't understand the vague don't use the term CP comments, sorry. In this post it means chronic pain. It's within that context. Sorry, but I just don't get the issue here, or if it's upsetting. Amy and Chad have both responded, so we will see how today goes. Anyway, this was my first break in my FT job, so I have to get back to it. Update. I was asked a lot to update when I got off work, so here it is. Today was weirdly quiet, which almost made it worse. Not sure what everyone knows, but they at least know something's up. I wasn't even in the same area as Casey during check-in. I have no clue when she actually arrived. I usually her as our shifts are the same hours. Turns out she'd been assigned to the back office doing other tasks, hours reduced, while I was put at the admin booth at the entrance handling paperwork and spreadsheets. They definitely took advantage of because I'm good at it. So we didn't cross paths at all at first. I actually turned on a voice recorder app as soon as I got to work, just in case. I also added a shortcut on my phone so I can start recording quickly if I need it, just in case. I didn't want to be caught off guard like before. I did feel a little silly doing it, but I'd rather feel silly than unprepared, you know? I didn't see Casey until near the end of the shift, and even then it was barely a glimpse. She looked up, saw me, and immediately turned away. Like full-on avoidance. It made my stomach drop. I just turned away and minded my business. Amy was very reassuring but also vague at first. I didn't like that, and I think my face said so, and she said she doesn't like all the red tape and such either, but to be patient because they need to go through all the right channels and steps. Amy let me go home early, but she told me to log my full hours anyway and made it clear she and Chad are actively talking about this and taking it seriously, and I am almost certain she and he had been texting the whole shift. She also walked me to my car and said that will continue for now until everything is resolved. About an hour after my shift ended, I got an email from her, Chad CC'd, saying that tomorrow, Friday, Casey will be assigned to admin duty in the back office unless something changes before the shift, and that we should not be interacting at all. It's a long weekend, so I figure all the behind-the-scenes stuff will be happening then. I also found out that Casey already presented her evidence that includes the video she showed me before and another video from yesterday, Wednesday. Apparently she filmed me at a local winery during Wine Wednesday. There's a clip of me getting up to grab a bottle a few steps away, and later another clip of me standing up and doing a small little celebratory dance after a tabletop game win. That's the part that really messed with my head because hold on, when did she start recording me? For how long? I mean, I could maybe believe coincidence once, like, okay, lightning struck and it's weird. Same town, same general area, blah blah blah. But twice, 2 different days? 2 different places? That's when it stopped feeling like my paranoia getting the best of me and started feeling unsettling. I'm honestly starting to wonder if this is something that might need police involvement, as some comments suggested, and I hate that my brain even went there, but I mean, what other options are there right now? I'm typing this from a bar right now, but not the same one as before, thank God. It is still local to the school, teachers come here a lot, and it's Thirsty Thursday, so there's a bigger happy hour discount if you show your school ID. Joy is with me, and a couple other friends are on their way. Joy had been here during my shift in case I needed any backup fast. That said, my head is absolutely on a swivel. So is Joy's. I don't feel relaxed the way I normally would. I keep scanning the room without meaning to, and when people get too close to me or stand in any way facing me, I look up to see if it's her. It's weird. I'm still trying to process all of this, and honestly I'm confused more than anything. I keep going back and forth between maybe this is nothing and this doesn't feel normal. Right now I'm just documenting everything and doing what HR tells me to do, but I don't like how small and watch this situation is starting to feel, and I hate that I'm recording every moment I can in case she pops up. If nothing else, I'm safe tonight and will be staying at Joy's. I'm not alone and work has made sure we're separated for now. I guess we'll see what tomorrow brings. So unless something crazy happens, I won't be updating until this is resolved. Wish me luck. Edit. I just replied to a follow-up email answering some recurring questions HR asked. My answers all ended up centered around, I have never directly or indirectly invited Casey out anywhere. We are not friends outside of work and have never socialized one-on-one. I was also asked whether I feel safe at work. Right now, yes, because management has taken steps to separate us and has been present and supportive. I've yet to be alone at all at work. I'm continuing to follow their guidance and document everything as instructed. I'll update if anything materially changes, but for now I'm letting HR handle it outside, making a non-emergency police report in the morning.